Now it's dry. We're ready to do the interior. And this is going to be fun because just kind of let loose and throw it at it. We have the leftover stuff from the rocks yet that we had mixed up earlier. We put a little bit more water in just to make it a little soupier. And we're going to take our spoon. As you can see, it's pretty soupy now, but you need it that way. You need it soupy so that as you throw it in with the spoon, it hits the ceiling and comes down and dribbles down the pieces of plaster cloth that we put in there. As you can see them hanging, so that we can make it look like the real thing.
Be sure not to pour any plaster down the drain. Use wet paper towels to clean up and then throw them away.
Okay, now that we got that done, boy, it's really looking good now. What we want to do is let that dry for a little while, and while that's drying, we're going to go and do all the staining of the rocks. Okay, we've mixed the stains for the rocks right now. According to the directions, the yellow and the brown, we've done 50% water and then 50% of the stain mixed in the cups, and the black, 3/4 water and then 1/4 black. So just take your foam brush and just dab it on, kind of like spots here and there. Very simple to do. And then we'll come back with the brown. And same thing, just at randomly, anywhere you choose. Let it dribble down through some of the cracks and crevices so it gives definition to the stones. And then you come back with the black and put the black all over everything.
Kids, be sure not to throw anything away until your project is complete. Later, Papa Tom will show us how to use our rock colors to color the interior of our cave.
I'm taking the foam brush and just brushing the top up here to get rid of some of the streaks where it dribbled over. And that'll give it more of the dustiness of the rock at the cave entrance that you want to see. The outside ones we won't worry about because we're going to cover those with earth undercoat, and we'll do that next. I've mixed up the earth undercoat, taking the amount and putting it in the tray and then filling it up with water and putting that in. So it's about a 50-50 consistency. And then take your brush and just dab it all around the rest of the model so that it gives a dirty, earthy appearance, which is what you want. So in case you happen to miss a spot later on while you're doing all the foliating with the grasses and dirts, it'll at least look like you've got dirt down there. Well, you're going to be so proud of this when you get done that weeks later you're going to still have it on the coffee table so everybody in the household and neighborhood can see it. And really you should. Be proud of your work.
Did you know there are more than 40,000 known caves located in the United States?
Really starting to look good now, isn't it? I don't know about you, but I'm getting excited. We've diluted what was left over from the stains for the rocks. You want to just give it a light coloring of that yellow with just a hint of the brown in it to give it the creamy look, and then paint it in on the inside there. You want to retain that kind of a dusty look to it. And just hit it at the top and let it gracefully roll down on its own. It'll do its thing down at the bottom like it would have been in a normal situation. There. Well, that's looking real good now. I'm so proud of us. Okay, we just finished up with the stalactites and mites in there, and we did clean up the back as well of the cave. Now we're going to move on to the water and paint that down through the center. So what you need to do is get out the paint they give you in the kit and just paint it right down through the middle. So that'll be the deep part of your stream bed. Then take just plain clear water and put it right alongside the edge. What you're doing is just dampening it up there until it just kind of hits the paint a little bit on each side. And it'll draw out just enough of the paint to give the illusion that you're going from shallow on the edges into a deeper center. We'll let that dry overnight, and then we can come back and start doing the foliating on the outside. And you put the actual water that comes in the kit, the very end of it, along with a little bit of the waterfall that we'll put in the front here as well. Well, we're back again, and as you can see now it's dry, and we get to do the really magical part today, is making what already starting to look good even better. We're going to do the turfing today, and to Take out the spray that we mixed up earlier from some of the project glue, the way it says in the directions, and just spray it on the base. I like to start with just a little bit of the forest green because it looks just dark enough to appear as though it's soil or dirt. Next, you want to take some of the green grass, and when you're doing this, remember how it looks outside when you see a hillside. A little loose, a little bit here and there. Now I can get to the top, and there it can be a whole lot thicker.
Did you know the world's longest cave system is located in Kentucky? Mammoth Cave is more than 350 miles long, and some experts say that there's more than 200 miles yet to be discovered.
Now the next step would be to put on some bushes as well. Really, for placement's sake, you could almost do as though you were grabbing them up in your hand and throw them up in the air, and as long as they land on the model, cement them down. The looser you are with the whole thing, the better it will really be.